I need to train certain thing for 10 years. I train 4 hours a day. 365 days, no stop. Saturday, Sunday, all go on. My name is Tay Kiang Meng. I have been practicing martial art for probably the last 40 over years. I'm actually executive director and chief scientist of a technology company. Use 3 words to describe Tai Chi. The best to represent Tai Chi in 3 words is Jing, Qi, Shen. Jing is about energy. Qi is about your breath or your vigor, your vitality. Shen is more of your heart, soul. How does martial art help in your work? My work as a chief scientist is more modern as compared to martial art, which is very traditional. Yes, there is a lot of difference. The reason being that I'm a chief scientist, every escalation that they cannot solve will have to escalate to me. I know the answer or I know how to resolve it is partly because failure is part and parcel. Wushu teach us to be right attitude, positive attitude, right mindset, positive mindset, mutual respect, courage. Okay? So there are quite a lot of things that while you practice, you know you can do it. It's not that we are clever or we are intelligent. It's just that because we have made enough mistakes. How did your family get into martial art? When I picked up martial art in the 1970s, I think my family more or less get influenced by me. Most of them, even my mother, she practiced some Tai Chi, so they will also mimic what I do. Like my daughter Renee, I put her through some martial art training at the age of 5. So that's where she started, and yeah, she liked it. And the most important thing is the training of the heart. So kids tend to be very emotional, and very agitative, some get angry easily. So all these changes of behavior come from how your heart controls your body. In work, we always do things over and over again. This is the same as practicing my Wushu. I'll practice the same 基本功 all over again. People always ask me why I need to repeat. You play certain thing, I know already ma. That means you learn. You will learn and you master and you're able to apply. It's 3 different things. In work, it's also the same. Sometimes you meet a very crisis situation, you really need to sit down with a very clear, calm heart. Wushu teaches me to find a solution every time in a balance, harmonize, and an optimized way. A lot of time work is about 2 parts, human problem or a technical problem. Technical problem is usually easy to quite solve. Human problem is the most difficult, complex. What lessons have you learned from training? So for people who are practitioners in martial art, their heart is very open, very big. Your heart goes how big? That's how far you can go. There's this group called Taiwan 拳头会. So after migrating to Taiwan, the way they train is like, for a few years, 1-2 years, every day you just dip your hand in the water and then just flip. Every day. 2 pail of water, finish. But that is the type of training last time. You do 1 stroke repeatedly, maybe 10,000 times. I remember I need to train certain thing for 10 years. I train 4 hours a day. 365 days, no stop. Saturday, Sunday, all go on. So it is not easy. You really want to master this, there's a lot of determination, there's a lot of times. That's why I need to incorporate training into my everyday life. We practice at home. I practice in company premises. But in fact, we practice anywhere. Space is not a constraint. How is martial art different now than what you first pick up? If you ask me, is there a difference when I first learned and now? The answer is yes. When I first learned, our focus has been on full contact combat, which means we learn self-defense. Whereas now, it's more performative because people can see, you can program, you can film it. The difference now is better. People appreciate more. But nowadays, probably different. I would say more commercial. But society is different now. You have life, that you want the lesson lifestyle. I use it to enhance what I do in my work. Because you teach wushu, you teach martial art, you tend to be able to educate people. So that naturally train you to be a leader. So you can develop this attitude, you can develop this mindset. I think it will make you a better person. So one of the reasons I learned this is because I think a person should be able to learn self-defense and physical fitness at the same time. And that should be able to give them more confidence, courage, to do what they want.